Welcome back everyone, InfoSec Gurung here. We'll be continuing our project, which is building a text editor in C language, and the version of C is C99. Fine. And this would be step 13. What we are going to do is we'll be turning off all the output processing. Okay, so let's just read the theory. It turns out that the terminal does a similar translation on the output side. So this similar translation is from our step 12, okay, in which what happens is, so when a user presses the carriage returns, which is any input, which is any key press which returns ASCII value 13, it the terminal converts it into 10, okay, the ASCII value 10, which is \n. And this would let the cursor go to the next line. Okay, so new lines. Fine. So what happened is we, in our previous step, we had switched off this feature. Okay, but it turns out that it's only for the input, right? Now if when our kilo is echoing the output, so we need to fix the output as well. Okay, so it translates each new line into \r and \n. Okay, so it prints a carriage return by followed by a new line. So that means if I am typing anything, let's say ASD FGH, okay, and then we press enter, so this would go to our next line, right? And it's going to the beginning. Now if we remove this feature, then we'll see what happens. The terminal requires both of these characters in order to start a new line of text, same like what happened here. Okay, the carriage return moves the cursor back to the beginning of the current line. So this returns to the current to the beginning of the current line, which means it will move the cursor to here, and then the \n will put the cursor to the next line. Okay, here, and the new line moves the cursor down a line, scrolling the screen if necessary. These two operations were originated in the days of typewriters and teletypes. Fine. So it was in 1900s, yeah. And a teleprinter or a TTY is an electromechanical device that can be used to send, receive typed messages through various communication channels. Okay, so it's point-to-point and point-to-multipoint configuration. I am not understanding much, but since this is a teleprinter art, it just looks like ASCII art, and you can read out if you want. Okay, so it's basically a machine which was invented so that people can receive and send messages, okay, without being able to use Morse code or remember them. Okay, so that's fine. So back in the days of typewriters and teletypes, this feature was there, and now we will turn off all the output processing features by turning off the OPOST flag, and O here stands for output. That means we'll be using the CO flag, right? And in practice, the n \n to this translation is likely the only output processing feature turned on by default. Okay, so we're adding the CO flag, which is the output flag, and let's add that. Okay, so it's raw.co flag ampersand is equal to not OPOST, ending with a semicolon, which is very important. Okay, so OPOST comes from terminus.h, which is already present, and O here stands for output flag, and the author which created this amazing tutorial says that post may stand for post processing of output. Okay, now we'll just run the program. Let's first make our kilo, that means compile our kilo, and it's compiled. Okay, so AST. Okay, so like here you can see that right now, since okay, so right now what is happening is that our new lines is not equal to \r and \n, which means \r will take our cursor to the beginning of the line, which is here. Okay, which like where 97 is there, like where 9 is there right now, it will go there, but our \n will take our cursor to the new line. Right now what is happening is that our \n is not converting itself into \r and plus \n, which is the reason why our cursor is not going to the beginning of the line and then going to the next line. Fine, if it yeah, I think that's fine. I'll just repeat it once again. What happened is that there was this feature in which our \n got converted to \r plus \n. Okay, what happens is that if we type anything, okay, let's just quit once, and let's say if we type anything, okay, let's just use some example. Now here I'm typing something. Okay, just a minute. Okay, let's say I'm typing AST. Okay, AST, and then I press enter. It's going to the beginning of the line. Okay, so what's happening is that our \r is first taking it to our A. Okay, it's first going to A, and then the \n is taking our cursor to the next line like this. But now since we have turned off this feature, which is turning off the OPOST flag, what is happening is that our \n is now only \n, which means that after AST, now if I press an enter, it will go to like here, because just after this like you can see, okay, just after this block of, okay, so just after this D, okay, our cursor drops down because it's a new line. And since R is not there, it's not going to the beginning of the line while it's going here. Okay, I hope you get this, and let's exit. So that's the reason why we are seeing this thing. So let me make it full screen and let me type anything, and you'll see the pattern. Okay, so even though this is a good pattern, it won't be of use to us for our text editor. Fine, let's exit. Let's just see our notes. This has been taken from the terminal, so that's fine. Okay, let's check out the IBM span page. Okay, and here we can just search for our option post. Okay, so it's post process output, and yeah, that's fine. There's nothing more information on it. OPOST, do not post process output, ignore all other output modes, and we're only using this, we're not using this, so that's fine. We added OPOST. Yeah, so everything's covered. Okay, so I'll stop the video here right now, and the next video we'll be seeing step 14. I just don't want to bombard with so much information, and I won't delete the content much of whatever I said, because I hope it makes sense the second time, because I think I explained it well. Okay, so thank you for watching. If you have any feedback, queries, you can comment down below, or else you can reach out to me on Twitter, which is @infosec guru. Okay, so let's see you at step 14.